guys, it's the Chicken Lover, and we're back with yet another video. I'm going to put more expression into this one because I'm in a good mood. It's Halloween, and I'm being an inflatable chicken. You can guess why. Okay, so this video is going to be talking about a brooder. So if you are getting your chicks recently, well, you probably don't want to get your chicks in winter because then they will die and no one wants a dead chick, right? You know? Okay, so instead, usually get them in early fall. They will, if you get them in early fall, they will not start laying until usually next spring, late summer, depending on the breed you get. If, though, you are wanting to get them at a warm time so they will start laying by fall or maybe during the winter, you should get them anywhere from February to about June. So anyway, here is the brooder I use. So if you're getting about 3, 4, if you're having a small flock, by the way, 3 chickens is what qualifies as Man, I literally have chickens on the brain. Well, 3 chickens is what qualifies as an actual flock. So if you're getting anywhere from 2 to maybe 7, this is probably the size for you. It's a 50-quart plastic storage container. It's really easy to find. You probably already have one storing clothes, stuff in your basement that you got from your great-grandmother you don't care about. You never know what you might find, you know, guys. Well, anyway, let's get started. Let me stop talking. Okay, so this is a Brincy Eco Glow heater. It is very safe. Most people use a heat lamp and a cardboard box, which is not safe because in the night it could get too hot and catch your brooder on fire, and yet again, you will have dead chicks, and no one wants that. So anyway, it's pretty dirty from the little chickens. It is pretty more expensive than the heat lamp. The heat lamp's about 10 and this is more like 50 to 55, but it's much better quality and it is adjustable. So if your chicks are like this tall, you can put it down to here. If your chicks are this tall, you can adjust it up to here. It's super easy to use, and once you plug it in, it'll start to get super warm for your little chickie floofs in about 3 minutes. So that's really simple, easy, and fun. And your chickens will not burn up, and they'll have a place to escape from the heat. So next, let's get to the bottom of the the brooder. Okay, so you can tell that there's nothing in there right now, just the hard bottom of the brooder. Anyway, usually I would put pine shavings in the bottom. You do not want to use cedar shavings or newspaper, because the newspaper will make your chicken slip, and that would give them spraddle leg, which is a terrible disease. And the cedar shavings carry bad, stuff in them that you don't want your chickens to get. So I use the pine shavings. For some of my chicks, I've used the ones that are about this long. I prefer the ones that are really shorter, that are kind of like confetti-ish, because they it takes less of them to fill up the brooder, and they don't slip, and it's just better for the chicks. But if you only have the long ones, that is totally fine. I just prefer the shorter ones. Yeah, personally. So I don't have those out right now, but you can find those at Tractor Supply for about $6 a bag. It's really cheap, really simple, really easy, and you can find them really at any farm store. Yeah, really anywhere. So next, let's go on to feeding. I will talk about the best foods for your chicks in another video, but now I'm going to talk about what you're going to put their feed in. So this is a plastic feeder. I also got this from Tractor Supply. Tractor Supply is like my savior for chicken stuff. So you just, to put in the food, you unscrew this, put in the food. Shh. then you don't turn it over. You just screw this back on and quickly flip it over, and the food will just seep out into there. So you probably want to clean this out every week or so, or if it's getting really dirty with shavings and poop, you just probably want to clean it out then. It's really easy to clean. You just take this off, pour out the excess food in like the woods or probably the trash, somewhere far away from humans, and then you just scrub it with a chicken brush. You want to have a specific brush for your chickens so that you don't clean your dishes with the same brush you clean your chicken stuff with, so that you don't get diseases and salmonella and sickness. So that is the feeder. It is about, oh yeah, I forgot to tell you, this part is about $3. If you want to add this, it's I think $3 too. But if you just don't have this in your store or you don't want to spend the money, a mason jar works also. So you can just screw that on like you did this. So that is that. Remember, very easy, very cheap. This is the water. It's about the same as you fill up the feeder, put in the water, glug, glug, glug. Scoop it, sloosh it on. Quickly do this one so that the water doesn't splash out and then get you all dirty and grossness. But you probably want to clean this one out a little more often so that the poop doesn't like get inside your chickens. I'm sorry, there's the noise. Someone is hedging. I don't know who, but let's focus on the chickens. Okay, so this is about the same price. You can also use a mason jar for this one. And if you cannot find a feeder like this at your Tractor Supply, you can buy another one of the water bottoms. You can still put food in this, but it's more likely to get scratched out, walked in, pooped in, shavings all in it. I would not personally choose it because they're both about the same price. So if you have that option, I would get that. But if it's last minute, you already have your chicks, you need a feeder, you could use this, a top of a mason jar, or usually really just a lid to anything. It's like a circular lid. If you are getting bantams like Saramas, we have some of those. Oh, I love them so much. If you're getting Saramas, Silkies, any kind of bantam, then for the first 2 to 3 weeks of life, you will want to crush up their food in a bag and then put it in their feeder so that, number one, it's easier to digest and it's easier to get to. Also, for the first 1 to 2 weeks of life with any chicken is when you're putting in the water, your chickens can easily drown. So you probably want to put marbles or pebbles inside here so that they do not fall in and drown. So that is pretty much it. You can use a bigger storage box if you have more chicks. If you're raising them for meat, I would prefer maybe a horse or cow water trough. You can also find those at Tractor Supply. But a feeder for a big chick, for if you're having a lot of chicks, instead of having all of these, just like 7 of those, you can have this. And this is good because there's lots of different openings for the chicks. It's much easier to fill up and clean. You just open that, fill it up, latch it back, and then just pour out the excess food when you need to clean it out. So that is a good option. We also got this at Tractor Supply. It is, I don't know, about $3 or so, and there's also a metal one like this. But I prefer this because it doesn't rust, it's easier to clean, and it's just better for your chickens. And the last thing is this. It's exactly the same thing as the red, except since it's blue, that's just really cool for me. Usually around Easter, Tractor Supply is selling feeders and waters in blue, pastel purple, and red. So it's only limited time, but if you want to get this, it doesn't hurt your chickens, it just benefits you. So look for that in your store. So that's about it for the video, guys. I hope you like this video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification button so you don't miss any of my new videos, and keep on clucking, keep on chickening, and keep on liking life, because That's the main reason of life, is liking life. But enough of me talking. Bye!